Hi everyone, thanks for watching. If you're watching, it has been a while since I posted a video, so I thought I would just come on and post a bit of an update of my life, where things are going, business, all of it. It's going to be a lot, but it's all me, so I thought I'll just share for those of you who are interested. So my parents came to visit uh, end of October, and it was a really good time. So I had my parents here, my brother, my sister-in-law. It was a full house. We had, for the first time in many, many years, I think 4 birthdays in a row that we could all celebrate together as a family. So it was really a very rich time. Very rich. I'm really sad that they're gone home, that is. But also really glad to, go back into my normal daily rhythm of work. That is until the kids get off school for school holidays, which is not very far off. It's only 2 weeks away. So I have a few updates. The first one being the last time I posted on here, I can't remember whether it was a video or a written post. I mentioned that I was applying for the Spiritual Director Formation Program, and I have been accepted to the Spiritual Director Formation Program, but there was a bit of a hitch because it requires a financial investment that next year, because we're starting next year, that I just didn't have. So I applied for the scholarship. Now they have decided to award the scholarship to someone else, but I have been awarded a grant that I can either use towards the program, which means I will have to make up in terms of fees, or I can use that towards what they call a foundation year, which is a sort of a preparation and discernment year to decide whether or not this program is really for me. So that is what I've decided to do. I've decided to take them up on their very generous offer and embark on the foundation year. And so instead of 2 years to complete the program, I can pretty much do it now in 3 if I decide to go on to the program at the end of next year. So I feel like I've been given a gift of time and the resources to be able to do it. So I'm very, very, very blessed. The other thing I wanted to share was what next year is going to look like for me, for us, perhaps as a family. So after my parents left, I decided to do my annual reflection. Now, I don't know if you do, but an annual reflection is something I do every year at the end of the year. So I tend to do it between Christmas and New Year. But this year, because my rhythm was all out of whack with my family being here, and they left, kind of in the middle of November, I thought, well, look, I'll just do my annual reflection a little bit earlier, which means that I don't have to rush, and it means that I don't have to worry about the kids being home and me not being able to do it. So I did my annual reflection, and one of the things I do is pray about a word for the year. Now, it's not something I've practiced for a very long time. This is only the second year I've done it. But if you don't do it, I highly recommend that you do, because it has been very illuminating. So just to give you a bit of a backstory, I prayed about my word for the year for 2025 at the end of last year. And the word I got was wait. And to be entirely honest, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I gave God so much attitude, and I wrestled with him so much because of this. What do you mean wait? So for those of you who know, or if you don't know, the word of the year is generally a theme where your life is kind of centered on for the year. And I've heard about people's word of the year before, and it's usually good stuff. People get words like abundance or peace or or joy. And I think, oh, how cool. So I was, secretly hoping for one of those myself. So when God told me to wait, I was not happy. I am a really impatient person, so if I want something done, I want it done yesterday. So, like, God, what do you mean wait? I'm the worst person to ask to wait. But I think that is the wisdom in it. I think that is why that was my word. So, one of the things I did at the beginning of the year was to embark on a word study on the word wait. And it turns out that Isaiah 40 verse 31, those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. I read that verse in many, many different translations, and it turns out the word wait is equivalent to the word hope in the Bible. So waiting and hoping is synonymous, really. And it has been really, really accurate. This year has been a year of waiting for a lot of things, answers that we didn't have. So we've been trying to sell properties in order to build. And each property has taken a while to sell, but it has finally they've been sold, and now we can start building our new home. But we're still in a season of waiting because we're still waiting for our consents to be processed and, to receive paperwork. Yeah, that's it. The word wait has summed up my year. It has been a whole year of waiting. While I didn't enjoy it, it has taught me a lot of things. I think the main one being that God can be trusted. He's got this, his timing is perfect, and I just needed to have faith and hope at the same time. It wasn't about my circumstances, it was about my trust in him, faith in him. And so, backstory of that, I prayed about my word for next year, and it's not a word I enjoy either, or I like, or what I was hoping for. Let's just put it that way. Now, the word he gave me was foundation. I checked and double checked and triple checked to make sure, I asked for so much confirmation to make sure that I heard correctly. And he gave me quite a bit of confirmation. So we were talking to the builder about our home, and somebody was talking, I can't remember whether it was the builder or it was a tradesperson, and they talked about building the foundations for your home. And I went, oh, there's that word. The Spiritual Director Formation Program next year is called Foundation Year. And I talked to someone else and I can't remember. I think, this was it. I did a semi-silent retreat, and it was about comprehending God's love for us. So the scripture was from Ephesians, and it talks about being profusely rooted in God's love, and it talks about receiving the power to understand how wide, how deep, how high is God's love for us. And again, I looked that verse up in all the different translations, and one of the translations said, rather than profusely rooted in God's love, it was build your foundation on God's love. And I thought, there's that word again. So I know it's my word for next year. But when I asked God, which area of my life am I supposed to be building foundations? Is it spiritually? Is it family? Is it business? He said it's all of it. And again, I wasn't happy. Like, what? What do you mean all of it? Spiritually, I've been a Christian for a very long time. A very, very long time. I think I got baptized in 2000. So it's been close to 25 years. And I'm supposed to sort of tear it down and rebuild from the foundation up. Rod and I have been married for 15 years. We're supposed to build foundations, like sort of go back to the beginning. And my kids are 8 and 9. Maybe I've kind of winged it because it's my first time parenting, right? So there's a lot of trial and error, but I feel like we're supposed to sort of go back to the beginning and build foundations for them in terms of really good habits and virtues and values. And my business, I mean, I've owned it for 5 years. Granted, again, I've kind of, winged it along the way because it was just something I built because I had to, or the door opened. And I'm supposed to go back to the drawing board and build foundations. So, not happy about the word. But God has illuminated to me that it is indeed what He wants me to do. It's, to be honest, really scary because I don't really know what He means, in the sense, like, do I have to sit down with Rod and talk about our marriage and, sit down and work out, okay, what is going to be the foundation of our relationship? Are we supposed to go on date nights every week? Or, there's all these questions that are in my head. And I don't have the answers to that yet. So I think it's a matter of watch this space as I, journey throughout the next year. But this video has gone on for over 10 minutes already, so I'm going to stop really soon. But the last part of my video is going to be this. Just this part that I wanted to share with you, in that it's related to business. So the family, the spiritual relationship with Him, relationship with my husband, those parts I'm still working out. The one part of my life that I have full control over, I mean, apart from God controlling apart from God's part in it, in certain things, is my business. That's the one thing I can make sole decisions on, because the kids are not a part of it. Or Rod, although he's very supportive. So in terms of business, what God is showing me is that I need to revamp and restart almost. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know. I don't have the answers. And this is me sharing because I'm being honest. I don't have all the answers. I am not clear on anything. People say, oh, you have to be really clear what you're offering and who you're offering to. I don't know yet. All I know is this. I have a heart for people who pretty much are like me, I think, who who are unequally yoked, whether you're single or you are in a marriage with an unbeliever and your yoke is heavier because you don't have someone to carry the burden with you. So that's all I'm clear on for now. So in the meantime, what is going to happen is my website and my services and offerings are going to stay up. My coaching offers are going to be revamped. At the moment, the one-to-one service is still up for those who do request, but the rest of it, I don't know. I am in conversations with some people about running retreats or a group program / workshop, because I do want to bring down the barrier to entry to allow my services to be more accessible to those who have limited resources. So that's something I'm working on. So watch this space. I'm going to possibly create quite a bit more as an avenue of brain dumping to see what resonates, what comes out. And eventually, I think by creating a lot, there will be a theme. There will be a theme. But for now, still working on the books, actually. There are 2 that I'm currently working on concurrently. And I am just going to walk in what God has told me to, which is to write and to write. Writing. Okay, I am going to stop here. Thank you so much for watching. This is just a wee bit of an update, and I will come back when I have more news. All right. Thank you and have a great day.